Shalom, welcome to the Jewish Task Force JTF. My name is Chaim Ben Pesach. Before we get to our subject, which is how Barack Hussein Obama attends Louis Farrakhan's Nazi rallies, and also an explanation of Barack Hussein Obama's anti-Semitic and anti-white racist mentality as he describes it in his own writings, in his own words, from his books. Before we get to that, QPTV viewers can see the times that we're on the air. These are the evening times we're on QPTV, and this is the daytime schedule for QPTV viewers. This is our great forum that we urge everybody to join. And if you can't remember that, it's very easy to remember, JewsAgainstObama.com. That's our website, JewsAgainstObama.com, and that will lead you to our forum and to all those good things. Barack Hussein Obama attended the 1995 Million Man March of Louis Farrakhan. Louis Farrakhan, who said that Hitler was a great man, a very great man, he said. In fact, when Jewish leaders compared him to Hitler because he kept saying that the Jews deserved a Holocaust and that the Jews deserved to be exterminated, when Jewish leaders compared him to Hitler, he took it as a compliment. He said, and I quote, "I like when the Jews compare Farrakhan to Hitler. Hitler was a great man. Hitler was a very great man." And Louis Farrakhan says that all whites are devils that were created in a test tube by the evil scientist Yakub. This is literally what he teaches, that the evil scientist Yakub created the devil white race in a test tube, and that the late and unlamented Elijah Muhammad is flying a spaceship over the United States. It's called the Mothership. And as soon as Allah gives the signal, the entire white race is going to be sucked up into the spaceship and exterminated. This is what he teaches. He calls it the Mothership. And this Nazi, psychotic, demented piece of garbage, Louis Farrakhan, has rallies in which 1 million blacks go to his rallies. And every major black leader in the United States attends his rallies. The Congressional Black Caucus was there. Jesse Jackson was there. Al Sharpton, the NAACP. All of them were there. They all co-sponsored Farrakhan's rally honoring Louis Farrakhan. And Barack Hussein Obama was there. Because Barack Hussein Obama is the same as Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, and all the rest. There's no difference between him and the rest. Now, Barack Hussein Obama attends Nazi rallies sponsored by and honoring someone who says that he likes being compared to Adolf Hitler and that he wants a Holocaust against the Jews and that all whites have to be exterminated and all whites are devils. These are the rallies that Barack Hussein Obama attends. I ask you, if it were revealed that John McCain, because John McCain is going to be Barack Hussein Obama's opponent unless something happens to one of them. I mean, if nothing happens to them, it's going to be a race in November between Barack Hussein Obama and John McCain. Hillary Clinton is not going to win the Democrat nomination. It's going to be Barack Hussein Obama versus John McCain unless something happens to one of them. And so let's say that we had a revelation. Let's say that it was discovered that John McCain attends rallies of the Ku Klux Klan. If it was discovered that John McCain attends rallies of the Ku Klux Klan, would he be taken seriously as a candidate for president? What would happen to his presidential candidacy if that were discovered? I could tell you what would happen. He would be forced out of the race. Even the Republican delegates that are pledged to him from the primaries and caucuses he won would abandon him immediately, and he would be forced out of the race. And that would be the end of his political career, and he would be in national disgrace, condemned by everybody. And justifiably so, because the Ku Klux Klan is a Nazi organization that goes against the Word of God and goes against the Bible and hates the Jewish people and advocates hatred against other people based upon race that is unjustified. So it would be 100% correct to remove John McCain from the race if that were true. Of course, it's not true. But if you had a white candidate who was part of the Ku Klux Klan, he would be forced out of the race immediately. If he went to rallies of the Ku Klux Klan, he'd be forced out of the race immediately. And justifiably so. My question is this. Why is it okay for Barack Hussein Obama to go to the rallies of the Klan with a tan? Why is the Klan with a tan okay? And by the way, Louis Farrakhan and 1 million blacks marching on Washington are much more serious than the Ku Klux Klan. The Ku Klux Klan is a very small organization that is not supported by the vast majority of whites in America. Whereas Louis Farrakhan and his racist, anti-Semitic, vicious ideology is supported by the vast majority of blacks in the United States, as witnessed by the huge rallies he holds, and as witnessed by the fact that all black leaders in the United States attend his rallies and praise and honor him, including Barack Hussein Obama. So Barack Hussein Obama attends rallies of someone who compares himself to Hitler and says it's a compliment when someone compares him to Hitler. That's the type of rallies Barack Hussein Obama attends. And he's still being taken seriously as a candidate for president. Not only being taken seriously, according to the polls, it's a very close race. He has a 50-50 shot, according to the polls right now, of winning. And so, this is just unbelievable, this racial double standard. Black racists and Jew haters are allowed to get away with things that white racists would never be allowed to get away with. This is a racial double standard. And it is so extreme and so insane that we've come to the point where we're about to put a black racist and a black anti-Semite in the White House and ignore his long history of supporting racist and anti-Semitic causes. We're going to ignore all that and put him in the White House because the media says we're supposed to do that, and Hollywood says we're supposed to do that, and all these left-wing, self-hating, masochistic whites say we should do that. So they're going to put him in the White House. I mean, this is what we seem to be on the verge of possibly doing. According to the polls, he's in a tie with John McCain. He has a 50-50 chance of getting elected. Here's what he wrote in his book, and I quote, "I found a solace in nursing a perversive sense of grievance and animosity against my mother's race," unquote. Now, his mother was white and his father was black, but he considers himself 100% to be black. He hates whites. And he even admits in the book that he had a perversive sense of grievance and animosity against whites, against his mother's race. He admits it. He also writes, throughout his book, by the way, we don't have enough time because this is going to be less than a 10-minute video, but he writes throughout his books about how he never was comfortable around whites, and he thinks they're uncomfortable around him, and he always he wasn't happy the way they treated him. You know, what a nerve. They pushed him forward all the way, and they're almost ready to make him president of the United States, and he's still not happy. No matter what you do, they're never satisfied. He's still not happy. He still has grievances, and he's still resentful, and he still says they're all racist. God help the United States of America if this monster is elected president. He's a monster. And if this sick person with this sick mentality, with this jealous, sick, hateful mentality becomes president, the United States of America is finished. Take it from me. Finished. And I'm usually an optimist, but I'm very pessimistic if he's elected. If he wins, forget about it. You could throw my optimism out the window. I think America's finished. And all the stupid Europeans who respond to the videos with glee because they hate America, you stupid imbeciles. If America's finished, the Muslims are going to eat you alive. America's the only thing that keeps you going. You stupid fools. If he and his people take over the United States, how long do you think it's going to be before Europe is taken over by the Muslims? And so, we can still stop him. We can still stop him if we just expose these things. Most Americans will not vote for this if they just know the facts. The media doesn't give them any of this. None of this is revealed. You can everything I say, by the way, you can Google and discover yourself. There is nothing I'm saying to you that is a secret. Everything I'm saying is available to you on the internet if you want to research it. But how many voters and how many people really research it? That's why it's essential that we exist and that we expose this, because most people are not going to do the research on their own. And that's why you have to join Jews Against Obama. By the way, you don't have to be Jewish to join JewsAgainstObama.com. Any decent person can join us. Join us before it's too late, because the very survival of America, Israel, and Western civilization really is at stake. Shalom.